Good morning and welcome to the Cloffice. I hope that you are well this morning. I have been reading in Deuteronomy and I came to Deuteronomy 8 and the title in my Bible says, "Do not forget the Lord." And this morning I just want to encourage you about remembering the Lord and how important it is that we remember the Lord. And in Deuteronomy 8, it's talking about how we need to follow the Lord and follow his ways, because then he increases he increases our number and our lives, and we possess the land, and it's all of this. But in all of this, whether it's success or whether it's hard times, remember the Lord and remember his words no matter what. Remember the Lord and remember his word. Remember his word, his commands, what he calls us to do. In verse 3, it's that very familiar verse. It says, "Man does not live on bread alone, but on every word that comes forth from the mouth of the Lord." And I'm reminded of what it says in Acts 17. It is in him that we live, we move, and we have our being. You know, there's kind of this joke video that has this guy, it's starting to snow and he's freaking out. "I gotta get the bread and milk. I gotta get the bread and milk. They said snow." And it can be like that here in the South. And we can laugh about it. But the truth is that people start to freak out and panic and think that they have to make sure that they have all of this for more than what they need. God is our provider. God is our strength and our shield. God is our foundation. And just like he took care of the Israelites in the wilderness, he will take care of us. So we need to remember his word, and we need to put our trust in him, because man does not live on bread alone or even the milk at the grocery store, but on every word that comes from the Lord's mouth. In Isaiah 30, verse 21, it says, "Whether you turn to the right or to the left, your ears will hear a voice behind you saying, 'This is the way, and walk in it.'" This, my friends, is the way. The Lord is the way, and we need to walk with him, and we need to walk in him. For in him we live and move and have our being. As I was praying this week, several times, I just kept seeing this like wall of fire, and that we need to be intentional about partnering with the Lord and putting a wall of fire. And there's a few reasons. Number one, we put up a wall of fire to burn up the enemies. The enemies like disease. We burn up disease with the wall of fire, with the fire of the Lord. We burn up the enemies of the Lord, like sickness and like fear. Psalm 97:3 says, "A fire goes before him and burns up all his enemies." So we need to be intentional about being bearers of the fire of God and setting up that wall of fire to burn up the enemies like sickness, disease, and fear. The Israelites had the pillar of fire that went before, that was with them at nighttime, giving light, but also giving heat and protection. And so we need to partner with the Lord in that. Zechariah 2:5 says, "I myself will be a wall of fire." The angel of the Lord was a wall of fire when there were no borders and boundaries around Jerusalem. And he is that for us. The other part of fire that really has been stirring in my heart is how the fire of God purifies us. It refines us to be like gold and precious gold, but it also purifies us. And there are aspects of our lives that need to be purified, that need to be cleaned out. So I want to encourage you to get into the presence of the Lord and in all of that, so that we can be purified, and through this kind of just peel back the different layers. Because here's the thing. Where are you looking today? Are you looking to the Lord to see where he's looking and to see what he sees? Or are you looking to the world and to see what social media sees and to see what the media sees and what the world sees? The world sees fear. The world sees chaos. The world sees all these problems. But the Lord is our solution, and he has placed his eyes where we need to be looking. So today I want to encourage you to remember the Lord and look to him, that you would see him and you would see what he sees, that he would direct you with his eyes and direct your eyes where to look. Follow the Lord in everything, because his ways are perfect and true, and he has great things for you. Have an amazing day, and God bless.